number 4, push the button.
Number 4. Oh, hooray! All right, I am giving a big old thanks to all of our wonderful tech people, Jen and Kaylin and Gregory, who've been messing around with all the wires. Thank you so much. I think we got working mics for our musicians, yes? Yes. All right, you can stop listening to me babble now, and let's get going.
Start in about 2 seconds. Preludes first. I am.
Okay. Why don't you just go ahead? I'm not going to do the ball. Everybody's sitting down.
Except I don't have.
Excuse me, but can I be you for a while? My dog won't bite if you sit real still. I got the Antichrist in the kitchen yelling at me, and yes, yeah, I can hear that. Been saved again by a garbage truck. Got something to say, you know, but nothing comes. Yes, I know what you think of me. You never shut up. But I can hear that, and what if I'm a mermaid in these jeans of his with her name still on it? And but I don't care, 'cause sometimes I said, sometimes I hear my voice, and it's been here, silent all these years. So you found a girl who thinks really deep thoughts. What's so amazing about really deep thoughts? Boy, you best pray that I bleed real soon. How's that thought for you? But screams got lost in a paper cup. Got something to say, and nothing comes. Yes, I know what you think of me. You never shut up. And I can hear that, but what if I am a mermaid in these jeans of his with her name still on it? And but I don't care, 'cause sometimes I said, sometimes I hear my voice, and it's been here, silent all these years go by. Will I still be waiting for somebody else to understand? Years go by if I'm stripped of my beauty and the orange clouds raining in my head. Years go by, will I choke on my tears till finally there is nothing left? Years go by, this is this over too easy, easy, easy. Well, I love the way you communicate. Your eyes focus on my funny lip shape. Let's hear what you think of me now, but baby, don't look up. The sky is falling. Your mom showed up in a nasty dress. It's your turn now to stand where I stand. Everybody's looking at you. Here, take a hold of my hand. Yes, I can hear them, but what if I am a mermaid in these jeans of his with her name still on it? And but I don't care, 'cause sometimes I said, sometimes I hear my voice. I hear my voice, I hear my voice, and it's been here, silent all these years. It's been here, silent all these years, silent all these years.
Good morning. Welcome. Welcome to Olympia Brown Unitarian Universalist Church. Welcome to everyone here in person and everyone joining us on YouTube, both now and in the future. My name is Trisha Lewis. My pronouns are she, hers. And just so that you are aware, today's sermon was put together by Alex Riley, who's feeling poorly and not here today, so I'm stepping in and using their words today. Our welcome words are from Sharon Wiley. We speak so often of brokenness in religious life. Let us speak today of wholeness. You are welcome here, all of you. Every part of you beautiful just the way you are. Here you do not need to be something more or something less. No holding back, no hiding, no exerting yourself, no trying to do more or be more. You have inherent worth and dignity. Nothing to prove here. Nothing to prove to me or to the person sitting next to you or to the children or to anyone. You don't have to try and be witty or more quiet or more outgoing. You are beautiful. Every part of you beautiful just the way you are. You do not need to change anything about yourself to be welcome here. Your skin, your hair, your belly, your limbs, your face, all beautiful just the way they are. You are extraordinary. Each and every one of you, different from each, and beautiful in your own beautiful way, breathtaking. Let us worship together.
Good morning, I'm Lisa Skapatak. We begin our service with shared ritual as we invite Lyra and Ellie up to light our chalice, the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. Our words this morning are by Karishma Gottfried. Each of us was created in the image of love. Wherever we come from, wherever we're going, whoever we are, whomever we love. We proclaim with love on our side. Our bodies are sacred. Our minds are blessed. Our spirits are beloved. May we be open to receive more love, always more love. Please rise in body or spirit to join us in singing hymn number 1008 in the teal hymnal, When Our Heart is in a Holy Place.
start talking again about random things. It's really hot today. Thank you, everyone who showed up. I appreciate all the cool hand fans I'm seeing out there from people. Keep talking? No? All right, we're going to try a different mic. Hold on. Yes, please.
UUs are nothing if not resourceful, right?
This one? That's it. All right. You know what? Who wants to be my page assistant? Ellie, come on up.
Abby uses.
No worries. All right. Again? Ah, we're going to get this, right? Technology's so great when it works. So this morning, we're going to read a book called You're So Amazing. But it has a subtitle, which for all you smaller people down here means there's words under the title that kind of gives you a little clue. Oh, there we go. Sorry. There's a subtitle that gives you a little extra clue about what this means, because you could be amazing for a lot of reasons. And our subtitle says, being singled out doesn't always feel amazing. That's something to think about, isn't it? Doesn't seem to be what I expected from a book about being amazing. All right. Go the other direction. Keep going. Try the other one. There we go. One more. There we go. All right. Joe knew some amazing games. So did his friend Simone. And their favorite game was Dr. Croc Chops versus Senor Sharkface Pirate Grudge Fight. Surrender. Never. Okay, go ahead. Amazing, said a kid. I think she means you, said Simone. Yup, said Joe. And that was that. Goodbye, game. Adios, Senor Sharkface. Joe was amazing. He knew he was amazing because everyone kept telling him he was amazing. He was amazing when he slid down the slide with Casper and Ibrahim. Wow, amazing! He was amazing when he hung on the monkey bars with Udo and Maney and her sister Viola. Hang in there, kid. Amazing. Joe was even amazing when he was doing ordinary things, like waiting in line for ice cream. You go, buddy. Or eating ice cream. So brave. Or just scratching his bottom. That kid is inspiring. People need to relax, said Simone. I know, said Joe. Joe thought Simone was pretty amazing. Simone ran fast and jumped high. Wow, said Joe. Wow, said another kid. You're amazing. But he said it to Joe. Simone was really confused. But that was a really good jump. You were just doing ordinary moving. Oh, I know, said Joe. All right. So, Joe made a new game. I'll make myself invisible. Then everyone will say, you are amazing. Simone did her biggest jumps. Everyone did their biggest jumps. Joe just hid invisibly. Poor kid, said a dad. Do you wish you could run around like the others? I'm being invisible, said Joe. Sure you are, said the dad. But I bet you can run and jump just like them. So then Joe had to run and jump because being amazing Joe was better than being poor Joe. Amazing, said the dad. The kid is so amazing. Sometimes being Joe felt a lot like being in the Joe Show. And Joe didn't want to be in the Joe Show. So he found a game he could play on his own without anyone watching. When Udo's big brother, Yui, came past and said, "You want to take some shots?" Joe wasn't sure, but he nodded. Joe's first shot wasn't great. But UI didn't shout amazing. He just rolled the ball back to Joe. So Joe took another shot. Joe took a lot of shots, and 3 of them actually went in the goal. Amazing, thought Joe. And that's how it was with people Joe knew, like UI and Yuto and Maney and Viola and Simone and Casper and Ibrahim. With them, Joe wasn't amazing Joe, and he wasn't poor Joe. Pirate soccer grudge fight! He was just Joe. That's something to think about, isn't it? Nobody in that book was trying to be mean, but sometimes it didn't feel the best still, did it? Something to think about, and something we'll talk about a little bit more upstairs. So let's stand up and we'll do our blessing. We are blessed. We are blessed by being. We are blessed by being here. We are blessed by being here together.
We hold you in our love as you go, as you go. May your heart be in peace as you go. To nurture the spark of your precious life, we hold you in our love as you go.
There are many ways we give to the life of our church, and the monetary offering is just one of these ways. Each month, we partner with a local organization and share the money we collect. Our partner for the month of July is John the 23rd Educational Center. John the 23rd Educational Center opened its doors in the fall of 2009 with a mission to prepare students for graduation with the necessary skills for success in the workplace and in higher education. The center's name was chosen due to Pope John the 23rd's advocacy for quality education for all God's children, with a strong belief that education is the foundation for creating a world of peace and love. Programs include tutoring, homework help, mentoring, social emotional learning, Read to Succeed, daily enrichment, and ESL for adults. The centers open during the school year, and new this summer is their Spark Enrichment program. More information on how to give can be found on the back of your order of service or at our website at obuuc.org. Thank you, as always, for your generosity.
You're broken down and tired from living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we're gonna walk it out and move mountains. We're gonna walk it out, move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, and I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, high like the waves, and I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, and I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you. When the silence isn't quiet and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet and move mountains. Bring it to its feet and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, and I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again for you. For you. All we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. We will rise, we will rise, we will rise. Whoa, whoa, we'll rise. I'll rise like the day, and I'll rise up. In spite of the ache, I'll rise up. I'll do it 1,000 times again. And we'll rise high like the waves, and we'll rise up. In spite of the ache, we'll rise up. And we'll do it 1,000 times again for you. For you.
Part of being in community is sharing our joys and our sorrows with one another. We draw strength from celebrating the joy in each other's lives and in lending support, comfort, and care when we experience one of life's sorrows. We offer you 2 different ways to express the joys and sorrows that may be on your heart this morning, both spoken and unspoken. If you would like to share a spoken joy or sorrow, you may come forward to the microphone first or raise your hand and we'll bring a microphone to you. Once the spoken joys and sorrows are finished, you may come forward and light a candle to represent the unspoken joy or sorrow that is on your heart. Please remember, our service is being streamed online, so please be sure that any spoken joy or sorrow that you share is one that you are comfortable with sharing with a wider community than those of us inside these walls this morning. If you would like to share a spoken joy or sorrow, please come forward now.
Ruth Bradford Johnson, she, hers. So you all did it. Todd's surgery on July 14th, his brain surgery, was successful. And now we have Wednesday when they implant the transmitter. And then we have weeks after that till it all gets going, they program it and get it working. So it's a long process to know its success. But his need to rest continues because that was, and when you have a shaved head, you have to have an umbrella when you walk out in the sunshine. So we're learning all kinds of new things, but thank you all for your support.
Good morning, I'm Doug Klum. Yesterday would have been my 45th wedding anniversary, and I miss her desperately. But yesterday would have been my 45th wedding anniversary, and I miss her desperately every day. However, I spent the day with Suzanne and her husband's mom and dad at the Milwaukee Brew Fest, getting good and hammered, as Jan would have enjoyed doing with us.
I have a joy and a sorrow all mixed together. I crashed my sister's trip to Italy when she was going to end it with her final week in Solanto, Sicily, where my mother was born. So we stayed a week together, just doors down on the sea from where she was actually born, and it was marvelous. We were two sisters together having a ball, talking to everybody, kissing and hugging. It was wonderful. And when we came back, just days after I came back, we were all flooded with the children of my mother's sister, Leona Shahani, who just recently died, and they came to town to have a memorial service with family. And that, too, was just a moving, beautiful time for all of us to be together. We grew up together in this big gang of love, and we all paid respects and homage to our wonderful Aunt Leona, who had such a big influence on our life. So it was a couple of weeks of blessings and joy. Yes.
Good morning, Mark Summer. Yeah, I'm just had a joy. Lila, my little Lila, turned 7 yesterday, so she's now 7 years old. So happy about that.
If you would like to light a candle for an unspoken joy or sorrow, you may come forward at this time. We light one final candle for the joys and sorrows that are on the hearts of our beloveds joining us online. There is a love holding us always. May we rest in that love. Amen and blessed be. All are invited to join in singing, "There is a Love."
There is a love holding me. There is a love holding all that I feel. There is a There is a love holding me, yes. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love.
A reading from Rebecca Tossig's Sitting Pretty, the view from my ordinary, resilient, disabled body. So many of us grew up and continue to exist under crushing systems: racism, sexism, ageism, classism, homophobia, size discrimination. These structures are like factories pumping out blueprints, designs, infrastructures, tools, and stories that shape our world. They have been running for so long, shaping our cultural history and current landscape, that a lot of us don't even notice the billows of smoke jetting out of their industrial-sized stacks. They are fueled by the worth and power stolen from whole communities. They distort our sense of self, keep us quiet, and make us feel both small and like we are an enormous problem, both invisible and put on display, both a spectacle and swept under the rug. This act of thievery can be loud and violent, or quiet and sneaky. There are ways these oppressive systems overlap, feed off each other, mirror one another, and there are also ways they remain uniquely distinct. Shame seems to be a best-selling product pumped out of all these crushing systems.
Good morning again. Before I read the sermon that Alex so wonderfully put together for us, I just want to mention, so I have a larger body, and I go out in public with it because I can't very well leave it at home. It's not luggage, right? So as I read through the words from Alex, and as you heard from this reading from Lisa, it's 2025, and people still feel free and welcome to comment on different bodies, most frequently in cruel and painful ways. This happens to me at the grocery store, this happens to me at work, and today this happened to me here, even in a place where you would feel safe. So I just want you to put these words into context, and I'm sure many of you have experienced this as well, that words can hurt, right? You don't necessarily need to be commenting on the body that others take into public with them. But now I'm going to read this amazing sermon written by Alex, who's not feeling great today, because in the disability community, we cover for each other a lot. It comes with part and parcel with being part of the community. Think back to when you were a baby. Everything was shiny and new. You were constantly learning and discovering new things. Each and every one of us started out loving the miracle and magic of our bodies. We may not remember it, but there was a time where each of us loved ourselves unconditionally, with no judgment and no shame. There was a time when we never questioned the validity of our needs. But from the moment we're born, the world begins teaching us that our bodies are inadequate. Too fat, too thin, too dark, too pale, too disabled, too old, too young, too much, never enough. We learn to apologize for taking up space, for needing accommodations, for not fitting into narrow definitions of acceptable. I knew these lies intimately. Growing up fat in a world that worships thinness, I learned early that my body was wrong. When I was 8 years old and diagnosed as neurodivergent, I learned that my brain was wrong too. As I grew older, and my physical and mental disabilities got worse and more difficult for others to ignore, I tried harder to make myself seem normal, to make my differences invisible. These messages don't just come from cruel individuals. They're woven into the very fabric of our society. Diet culture tells us our bodies are projects to be perfected. Ableism tells us that disabled bodies are burdens. Racism tells us that some bodies are more valuable than others. Ageism tells us that aging bodies are failures. But here's the truth. These are lies designed to keep us small, ashamed, and profitable to industries that thrive on our insecurity. There are many buzzwords used to do the work of keeping us quiet and complacent. Words like self-care, body neutrality, and self-acceptance. Self-care has been commodified into a billion-dollar industry, selling us products and services to fix ourselves. Consumerism likes to tell us that self-care is expensive. It's bath bombs that stain our tubs and ruin our internal pH, or that fancy 100% organic wheatgrass juice that we hate paying for as much as we hate drinking it. These individual solutions don't address the systemic issues that create our stress and shame in the first place. While beneficial practices definitely exist within self-care, the commercialized version keeps us trapped in cycles of consumption rather than liberation. Body neutrality asks us to view our bodies as neutral vessels, neither good nor bad, just functional. This can be helpful for those overwhelmed by body hatred, offering relief from constant self-criticism. However, neutrality still maintains emotional distance from our bodies, treating them as separate from our essential selves rather than integrated parts of our whole being. Self-acceptance goes further, asking us to tolerate our bodies as they are. It's a form of resignation that says, I accept this is my body, even if I don't like it. While more peaceful than self-hatred, too often self-acceptance is used as a synonym for acquiescence. We practice self-acceptance when we have grown tired of self-hatred, but can't conceive of anything beyond a paltry tolerance of ourselves. Sonia Renee Taylor says, concepts like self-acceptance and body neutrality are not without value. When you have spent your entire life at war with your body, these models offer a truce. But you can have more than a ceasefire. Radical self-love, by contrast, is revolutionary. It demands that we see our bodies as worthy of celebration and pleasure and joy, not despite their differences, not despite their differences from social standards, but because of their inherent worth. It's political because it challenges the systems that profit from our shame. It's spiritual because it recognizes the sacred within every body. It's radical because it refuses to apologize for taking up space. Radical self-love doesn't ignore health or well-being. It reframes them around what serves our whole selves, rather than what makes us palatable to others. It's not about thinking every body is beautiful by conventional standards. It's about expanding our understanding of beauty and of worth and belonging to include every body that exists. This love transforms not just how we see ourselves, but how we move through the world with dignity, authenticity, and the power to create change. Humanity has a fundamental discomfort with being embodied creatures. We are minds trapped in mortal flesh, consciousness housed in bodies that age, sicken, change, and die. This creates an existential anxiety that many cultures have tried to resolve by creating hierarchies of bodies. Some are closer to some imagined ideal, and others are further away from it. Like computer algorithms, these systems of oppression follow predictable patterns, if-then statements that automatically sort bodies into categories of acceptable and unacceptable, valuable and disposable, normal and deviant. The algorithm might run like this. If body equals fat, then assign less worth. If body equals disabled, then assume burden. If body equals aging, then decrease value. If body equals black, then perceive as threat. These aren't conscious decisions. They're programmed responses that our culture has coded into us through centuries of conditioning. Racism emerges from the fear of bodies that look different, coded as threatening or inferior to justify exploitation and genocide. The algorithm, different skin color equals dangerous other equals deserving of violence or subjugation. Sexism stems from fear of female bodies and their perceived uncontrollability, menstruation, pregnancy, sexual agency. The algorithm would go female body equals chaotic force equals must be controlled or contained. Ableism reflects terror of our own vulnerability and mortality. Disabled bodies remind us that our own bodies are fragile and temporary. The algorithm may see disabled body equals broken machine equals less valuable than, quote, normal bodies. Homo and transphobia arise from rigid gender and sexuality binaries that attempt to control how bodies can exist and express themselves. The algorithm, non-conforming body or desire equals threat to order, equals must be eliminated or hidden. Ageism represents our fear of death and decay. Aging bodies remind us of our own mortality. That algorithm would be aging body equals declining value, equals disposable. And fat phobia emerges from the fear that bodies appear out of control in a culture obsessed with discipline and restraint. The algorithm is fat body equals lack of control, equals moral failing, equals deserving of shame. These algorithms don't operate in isolation. They intersect and compound each other. As a fat, queer, disabled person who was assigned female at birth, I experienced multiple algorithms running simultaneously, each one reducing my perceived worth and increasing my vulnerability to harm. These systems reinforce each other, creating what Kimberly Crenshaw termed intersectionality. Learning to love my body, this fat, queer, neurodiverse, disabled body, is a radical act of faith. It is believing that the divine spark within me isn't diminished by society's judgment. It's trusting that the interdependent web of existence includes me, just the way I am. One of my best friends is Canadian, and there is a well-known stereotype that Canadians are constantly apologizing. But let me tell you, I give my best friend a run for her money. She frequently has to remind me that I don't need to apologize for the things that I am constantly apologizing for, like, in her words, existing, having wants or needs, or being human. Because she's my best friend, and a real best friend calls you out on your bullshit, her gentle correction helps me remember that, like all humans, I am allowed wants and needs. I am allowed to take up space. Every time we refuse to apologize for our bodies, we create cracks in oppressive systems. Every time we show up authentically, we expand what's possible for others. It's not just personal, this is political. In a world that profits from our shame, loving our bodies is an act of revolution. Body liberation cannot happen in isolation. We need communities that see us, celebrate us, and support our full humanity. This congregation can be such a place, but it requires intentional work from all of us. It means examining our own biases about bodies. It means creating truly accessible places, not just compliant ones. It means challenging fat-phobic comments, ableist assumptions, and beauty standards that exclude so many of our siblings. I've experienced the power of beloved community in this work. When someone offered me an accessible chair during choir practice without making it a big deal, they practiced radical love. When someone offered to grab a plate of goodies during coffee hour for people with mobility issues, they said all bodies deserve nourishment. When we use people-first language and ask about pronouns, we create space for authentic being. So how do we live this radical self-love? It starts small and builds daily. It's looking in the mirror and finding something to appreciate instead of something to criticize. It's eating what nourishes you without shame or apology. It's moving your body in ways that feel good, not as punishment. It's also bigger than individual acts. It's supporting businesses that celebrate diverse bodies. It's voting for policies that protect disabled people, LGBTQ+ folks, and other marginalized communities. It's speaking up when someone makes a joke about bodies or abilities. For me, it's meant learning to ask for what I need without apologizing. It's wearing clothes that make me feel good instead of hiding. It's using my voice to advocate for accessibility and inclusion. It's showing up in front of this congregation exactly as I am, knowing that my embodied truth is part of my message. Beloved community, our bodies are not mistakes. They're not burdens. They are not apologies to the world. They are sacred vessels that carry our spirits, our love, our capacity to create and connect and serve. As we go forth from this place, may we carry with us the radical truth that every body, every single body, is worthy of love, respect, and celebration. May we create spaces where all bodies can flourish. May we resist the systems that tell us we are not enough. And may we remember that in loving our bodies, we participate in the holy work of liberation. Your body is not an apology and doesn't need one. It's a gift. It is sacred. It is beloved. And it is enough. Thank you. All right. We have a reading. We haven't done this way for a while. But this is kind of a call and response reading. It's on the insert in your order of service. Lisa's going to read the leader part, and then the part that's marked with a C, we'll all read back together. We'll switch. There we go.
As Unitarian Universalists, we believe in the inherent worth and dignity of every person.
Worth takes endless forms. As we find more expressions of our worth, we grow richer as a church community.
We believe in justice, equity, and compassion in human relations.
If we let rationalizations replace justice, resignation replace equity, or pity replace compassion, our human relations are diminished.
We believe in acceptance of one another and encouragement to spiritual growth in our congregation.
How do I withhold acceptance? Do my fears stunt our congregation's growth? When next I hesitate, can I extend my hand instead?
We believe in a free and responsible search for truth and meaning.
How much more will we learn if we share our search with travelers who set a different pace, see from a different perspective, or understand with a different wisdom?
We believe in the right of conscience and in the use of the democratic process within the congregation and in society at large.
For all to have a voice, we need many ways of expression, and we need many ways to listen.
We believe in the goal of world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all.
Just as peace means no violence, and liberty means no oppression, and justice means no prejudice, all means no exceptions.
And we believe in respect for the interdependent web of all existence, of which we are a part.
We gain strength from the support of others, and we go stronger as we support others. Together, we can weave our values into an ever stronger web of existence. Thank you, Lisa. Please rise in body and or spirit to join us in singing hymn number 123, Spirit of Life. I really miss singing that one, so I always delight when we do. We extinguish our chalice, but not the light of this community. That light cannot be extinguished, for it lives in each of us, reminding us that we are connected, held always in a larger love. As we close our service today, I would like to leave you with the words of Aurora Levins Morales and Patty Byrne. All bodies are unique and essential. All bodies are whole. All bodies have strengths and needs that must be met. We are powerful, not despite the complexities of our bodies, but because of them. We move together with no body left behind. This is disability justice. Peace and unrest.
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Whoa, 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 whoa. Another round of bullets hits my skin. Well, fire away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sink in. We are bursting through the barricades, reaching for the sun. We are warriors. I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there is a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Whoa. Oh, 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 this is me.
I'm Gregory Mason. It's time for announcements, and we're going to start out with Suzanne Landis.
I have an announcement this morning from our search team. Around 7 weeks ago, the search team learned from our contract minister applicant that they were going to take a few weeks to decide between churches. We heard from them on Friday that they had decided to take another position. Their email message to us, in their message to us, they said, "I wish you and your congregation all the best this next year. I trust that you will continue to creatively provide a UU presence until you find a suitable candidate. I will gladly share my encouragement with ministers that I encounter." So, what happens now? First, our search for a contract minister with a developmental focus will continue, but we will need to move ahead as a lay-led congregation, likely for the foreseeable future. Looking further ahead, the next developmental minister search happens in late January, and the next interim minister search begins in April of next year. If we get a match in either of those searches, that minister's start date would be August 1st of 2026. If we get an applicant from our ongoing contract minister search, though, a start date would be negotiated with them. So that's an ongoing thing. So, the board will need to begin doing some intentional strategizing and planning for the possibility that we will spend another year as a lay-led congregation. We will have a board retreat in early fall to do that work, and we will report back to the congregation about what our strategies and plans are. I was thinking about this after we got the email on Friday, and it occurred to me that there are many UU congregations who, by choice, are always lay-led. Though we will continue to search for a minister, I think we could learn a lot by contacting and talking to some of those congregations. We will also, and I speak as a board co-president, try to work at becoming more specific with information to you about how you can be involved in the many tasks that will carry us through this year ahead. And let's not forget, we've already done this pretty well for more than a year now. Yes. So we know that as a UU congregation, We have what it takes to continue our important work and vital mission to this community and beyond. Even so, I lit a candle for this beloved community as we move forward together into the months ahead. If you have any questions, your search team members are Dave Wilkinson, Christina Mondragon, Mary Graham, and me. Thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne. There will be no unifier email again for August. And we do announcements after the service rather than at the beginning to give the children more time in religious education. The Good Shepherds have new leaders. Patty Riemann and Joe Pooroy have offered to lead this team of important shepherds. If you are in need of a ride, a meal, or could use a greeting card due to illness, hospitalization, or if you have suffered a loss, contact Patty or Joe. Bring your Love Pantry donations to church on Sunday mornings. Our middle and high school youth will use them to fill the pantry on the first Sunday of the month, which is next Sunday. Many of you ask me, how can I help you? What can I do to help you? Well, I have something for everybody. When you take your name tag off and before you put it in the basket, if you would just wind it up a little bit and stick it behind your name in the opening, just stuff it in there like this. We're finding that it's much neater to do it that way rather than all the lanyards going every which way. So if you can do that for me, I would appreciate it. Sunday, August 17th, there will be no service here in the sanctuary. There will be a resurrection of our annual picnic at Sanders Park, which is off of Wood Road. For more information and details about some of these announcements, along with others and community announcements, see your Sunday emails. First, I'd like to thank our musicians for their wonderful special music, Lisa and Doug. And also we have Kaylin and Jen Simpkins on our camera work today. Other volunteers, our usher, Sandy Berezowitz and Brana Woolman, our Zoom host, Maria Scott, our coffee hour host, the 8th Principal Committee. Speaking of coffee hour, we need sign-ups in August. So see the clipboard on the treat table or talk to Joyce Firebaugh. That's all for announcements. Please join us for coffee hour in Erman Hall. For those on YouTube, log into Zoom. The link is in today's email.